G'day. Well, this is gonna be part one to what if Deku was framed. I think it might be pretty cool. I guess I'm not sure. Anyway, so I'm gonna start it off. Deku, he wakes up. He's like gets ready for the day. Like he brushes his teeth, have a shower, have breakfast, get in his uniform. You know, but he sees no one's in the dorms. Cause I'm gonna say this is after the USJ. Cause why not? Cause everyone else starts it. But he's walking out wondering, thinking just everyone went to school early today. We must have like an exam that they want to study for, or something like that. He's walking, he sees no one, like literally, like he just sees people, like he doesn't really take notice of them. Like, but they're staring at him like, oh, what's he doing here? Like, he's a villain, isn't he? He walks into class, and everyone's just like looking at him like death glare. He's like, hello? And, Oraka just runs up and slaps him in the face and says, you villain, why are you still here? He says, like, oh, what do you mean, villain? She's like, what do you mean? You're a villain, you stole the files that let the villains attack the USJ. He's like, oh, what? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean I stole them? What? He's like confused and like, everyone's just like, making him feel bad or whatever, like yelling at him, like calling him names and shit, like, oh, you're pathetic, like, why are you still here, you villain, and stuff. As I was there, but he's like, hey guys, everyone, just stop, like, Midoriya, let me explain. Yesterday we got sent a video by an unknown number. The video contained evidence from a security camera that you snuck in while during the day and stole some files on everyone at the school and the USJ and the timetables. So there's something might happen, I'm not sure, but that's why everyone's calling you a villain. He's like, but I didn't do it. Like, when was it? He's like, I don't know. It just happened. It didn't send a date or anything. Whoops. So, Aizawa does. It's like, I'm gonna say like the overall attack happened early and like some students were involved. Cause why not? Like, I'm gonna say Kirishima, Momo, Ida, Mina, and Sarah were involved. But Kirishima's still gonna be a good guy, and so is Aizawa. So like Aizawa's like, and Kirishima's like, Deku, you didn't do it, did you? Like, he says, no, I didn't. He says, okay, well, everyone thinks you did. Like, I still don't believe them. I don't understand why you would do something like that. And he's like, I don't know. And then, like, All Might comes in with Nezu and like two other teachers and said, he has a frown on his face saying like, young Midoriya, please come here. He comes outside, All Might says, you are under arrest. He's like, well, what? Like, what do you mean I'm under arrest? He says, you're under arrest for stealing UA property and leading villains to attack fellow students and personnel of UA. He's like, but I didn't do it. He says, yes, you did. We have clear evidence. So, give me back my quirk now. He's like, but all Might. He says, damn it, Midoriya, just give me back my quirk. He get mad. He's getting like real mad at Midoriya. Because his successor was the one that like stole that stole the evidence, like not just some random kid from like class 1B or 1C or anything. No, it was like his successor, so he getting mad. And he says, and like Midoriya says, oh, okay. And he gives him his hair and like All Might eats it like, delicious. Could use some salt though. I just don't understand why it has to be hair. Well, I guess you wouldn't want to be drinking like blood or spit then, I guess, but like, yeah. But anyway, like then All Might says, and just knocks him out like hata and like just chops his neck. He gets knocked out. He's transported to like I'm pretty sure it's called Tartarus. Alcatraz is on my mind, but that's an actual prison, or was. Anyway, yeah, it's Tartarus. So, he's transported to Tartarus, armored vehicle, whatever. Nothing can attack, but nothing would have anyway. Like, he could have been transported on a motorbike, and nothing would have happened. And like eventually, like he gets put into like a room next to Overhaul, because I'm gonna say like they put him in like a high security like area, because like he still has a bit of one for all in him and stuff, and like he's like a really bad crime or whatever. So he's next to Overhaul, and next to Overhaul is All for One. And I'm gonna say All for One and Overhaul are sentenced to death, because why not? He wakes up and he's like, where is this place? Like, hey, help me, like, where am I? And like, the guy just says, shut up. He's like, can you tell me where I am? He says, you're in Tartarus prison, you dumbass. Now shut the hell up. I'm gonna say like for the rest of the day, he's like crying and stuff. He's like, but it's not me, I didn't do it. They just kicked me out for no reason. I didn't do anything. I'm gonna say Overhaul's been hearing this the whole time. Like, he hears what happened to the kid. He kind of feels sympathy. I'm gonna just say, because like, I want it to happen. Like, I'm gonna say like few weeks later, like Overhaul feels sympathy for the dude, for him, and like he kind of knows All for One a little bit, like just enough. So, like they kind of like they will talk and stuff. Like on the last day of on the day of his execution, his one request was to talk to Overhaul, and they allow it. He says, but Overhaul, I want Overhaul to have his quirk restrictors off, so he can do something. And they're like, why? What do you want? And he said, nothing, just do it. They're kind of like on the edge of it, like, fine, whatever. They have a talk to Overhaul saying like, we will be taking your quirk restrictors off, but if you don't do anything, nothing will happen, okay? He says, okay. Shisaki walks into the room. He says, Overhaul, take my quirk and give it to the boy next to my room. Because yeah, I think I like Overhaul, like the quirk, and kind of, not really the character, but like, well, I don't like his motives anyway. Actually, I don't care about his motives. I just don't like what he did, because he wants to get rid of quirks. Like, he thinks of him as a disease. But anyway, all for One's like, what? He says, the boy next to my cell, give him my quirk. And All for One's like, why? Why would you want me to do that? He says, well, I'm being sentenced to death, and my quirk is pretty much gone since I don't have my hands, thanks to one of your subordinates. So, he's kind of mad a little bit. He kind of explains what happened to Midoriya. He's like, yes. If everything goes right, he could become a great villain. I shall do it. They're not recording any of this. He takes Overhaul's quirk. Overhaul comes back out. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna say another week. So this has been 2 weeks. Deku's kind of gotten over it a little bit. Yeah. He does like some of the prison workouts, but anyway. Like on All for One's execution day, his one request is to talk to Midoriya without his quirk, so he can do something. The guards are still like, what's going on with this? Like, first Overhaul and now him. Damn it, something must be up. So they say, okay, well, they think like, oh well, it doesn't matter. He doesn't have a quirk. He can't do anything. So All for One's in the room with Izuku. Izuku's kind of just like sitting in a corner with like kind of lifeless in his eyes, like, why me? Like, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do nothing. All for One says, boy, come here. Izuku says, why? What's the point? He says, I can give you a quirk. I can give you a quirk, so if you ever get out, you can take revenge on those. I'm not sure if I should make him. I kind of don't want to make him a villain because I'm not good at villains. That's why I used to make people a hero. I'm gonna still make him a hero because why not? I make him just hateful though. So, Deku's like, well, okay, what else could happen? So, All for One gives him overhaul. All for One explains the quirk. Zuko's like, wow, okay then. Cool, I guess. He's kind of just sad and stuff. He doesn't really care that much. But, he tests it out on like a little, like his bed. It just disintegrates and then he, remakes it. He's like, guess I could do something with this if I ever get out. And, All for One sentenced to death. He dead. Or is he? Dun dun dun. Spoilers for season 5. But anyway. So, yeah. I'm gonna skip 2 weeks, Deku's like kind of got like some kind of like motivation back. He's like, okay, well, if I get out, I can just become a hero at a different school, I guess, because, like, he works out a lot, because, that's pretty much all he does. He just works out, eats, and then, like, does some jobs, because you have to do some jobs at prison, like, you have to serve food, like and stuff, but yeah. He pretty much spends his free time exercising all the time, so, he's really fit. He's not, like, bulk, but he's, like, fit now, he got a six-pack and stuff, but, he gotten taller and stuff, and his looks had changed, because why not, I feel like it. He kind of just looks like this now, because overhaul and stuff, but yeah, he has, like, the brown hair, and he just looks like that, brown short hair. But anyway, let me just keep it on, I'm gonna keep it on this one, because why not. But I'm gonna say after a month and, like, a few days, whatever, Nezu, like, Aizawa has been, like, trying to find some information on it. He says, like, Nezu, here I found something on Izuku Midoriya saying, proving that he was not the person who did that. And, like, Nezu's like, what? What do you mean, Eraserhead? We had clear evidence. He says, no. At the time of when he was stealing it, he was clearly eating lunch with everyone else. And he's like, what? What do you mean? It says that he stole it. I'm going to say their lunch was like 12 something. So it shows that he stole it at 12. Like, blah, blah, blah. But he was clearly here at 12 as well. So something must have happened. So someone must have had a transformation quirk and, lickety split in there. And they're just like, oh dear. We didn't think of that. They tell All Might, they tell, like, the teachers, and they, like, tell the prison and stuff, like, Izuku Midoriya was innocent, we found evidence against him, And, next day, Izuku's just sitting there in his room, because, why not? He's sitting there in his room doing nothing, he has, like, quirk cancelling handcuffs on. But, he's just sitting there, looking in, like, at the roof. He has, like, a knock on the door, and, like, it's the guards, and, like, oi, you got a prisoner. I mean, no, not a prisoner. Oi, you got visitors. Izuku just says, and he says, get up. They want to talk to you. And he says, what if I don't want to talk to them? He says, it doesn't matter. And he says, it doesn't matter. Get up. He says, fine. And he just gets up. He's walking over. I'm gonna say he grows a little bit. So he's like now 6 foot or something. Like they're all 18 again, but I don't know who he's gonna be with. Should I just make someone up? I don't know. If anyone wants to say anything, they can probably do. They can say something like, who do you want? Except for Uraraka, Chiro, Invisible Girl, or Suyu. I just don't like them. Sorry if anyone does. I just don't like him. You know, he's 6 foot. You know, he's just walking in there. And you know, he sits down like All Might and Nezu are there. And they just see like, you know, this person just sitting there like, hello, what do you two want? And he kind of has a little bit of anger in his voice, and they say like, you wanted Azuku Midoriya, not this person. And the guards say, this is Azuku Midoriya. And they say like, what? Oh, wait, you're Azuku Midoriya? And he says like, yes, I'm Azuku Midoriya. What's wrong with that? And they say like, well, he was, you know, he had green hair and freckles and stuff. And he says, does that matter now? You know, All Might says, well, young Midoriya, we have found evidence that says that proves your innocence. And he says, oh, really? What a shocker. And you know, they're like, what happened to this boy? Like, he was so, like, full of energy before, like, so excited about everything. Now he's just, you know, sad. And angry. You know. I feel like I say you know a lot. Anyway, sorry. Oh, okay. So, you know, fudge. Try not to say it. So, you know, whatever, I don't care. So, you know, he's just, they say like, and he says, okay, and he says, well, we would like you to come back to UA, and he says, sure, why not, it doesn't matter anyway. Stops me from becoming a villain, I guess. You know, like, what stops him from becoming a villain? Okay, then. Wait, he doesn't have a quirk. You know, and like All Might says, okay, you know, they meet outside, like, Deku's still in his quirk, cancelling handcuffs, and they say, like, why is he wearing those? He doesn't have a quirk. And he says, yes, he does. And you know, like All Might's like, what do you mean he does? He didn't have a quirk. You know, and the guards say, well, he does now. And you know, they take the cuffs off him and says, oi, brat, show him. You know, Azuka's like, fine. You know, he touches the ground like a giant spike pillar comes out. You know, like, what was that? He says, my quirk is named Overhaul. And he's like, wait, like the villain Overhaul? And he says, yes. And they're like, how'd you get that quirk? And he says, none of your business. You know, he just puts the spike back. You know, he just walks into the car. Like, you know. I'm gonna go back to this one. Actually, no, I'm just keeping on this one. But, you know, so they're driving to UA, like, All Might says in his head, okay, I'll ask him now, I guess, because, well, I'm not sure if I'm not sure, I'll just probably take it back. He says, well, young Midoriya, since you're out of prison now, would you like my quirk back? He says, no. All Might's like, why not? He says, why would I want it back? The person who I admired so much betrayed me, and sorry if you could hear that. I'm really not sure. Yeah. You know, so he's just, you know, just give me a second. sorry about that. My dad was watching TV and the volume was really loud and I couldn't hear myself. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, I left it off and like he says, why would I take the quirk of a person that I admired so much that simply didn't believe me and just betrayed me like that? And almost like, but Midori says it doesn't matter. Just go, just stop. You know, almost like, okay then, I guess. Yes, and he just said, well, maybe I should give it to young Bakugo. And, you know, which he will. But yeah, it won't do anything. I say it's like 3 days before the sports festival. But yeah, so like during during class, I'm gonna say, like, Isa says, oh yes, today we'll be having a student join us. You know, they hear a knock on the door. You know, he just walks in like, he just looks at him with like a look of hate and everything, like, except for Kirishima. He looks at everyone like it's like up and down the rows, and he looks at Kirishima, he smiles. You know, but then he looks at like, I don't know, whoever's in front of Kirishima, and just starts giving them a death glare again. And you know, Aizawa says, oh yes, you will remember Zuku. And like, what? What's he doing here? You know, like, Ida just runs up and like, tries to kick him. You know, Deku just touches him and he explodes. You know, everyone's like, Ida. You know, I didn't know what that was. Like, they're like, Ida. You know, Deku just says, pathetic. You know, he just touches the blood stain and like the clothes. You know, it just reforms, and Ida's like, it's kind of like, you know, as I says, what was that? He says, it's my quirk. And I was like, okay then, Ida, Midoriya, please sit down. You know, everyone's just like in pure shock of like what he just did. Like, he just killed someone but then brought them back to life, so he can't be charged with anything. Like, would it be attempted murder if like he killed them and then brought them back to life? Like, I don't know. I don't understand that part of the law too well. Well, anyway, so, you know, he walks back and he just sits where he used to sit. Everyone's kind of looking at him like, what the hell? Like, why does he look so different? Like, Uraka's thinking like, oh yeah, maybe he'll love me still or something. Which he won't. Uraka can go. Anyway, I'm sorry if you like Uraka, just different what ifs have changed my perspective of her. I know she's a good character, but I'm sorry. But you know, they just continue their class and stuff. You know, someone tries to talk to him, he says, piss off. You know, it's like, but he says, piss off. You know, let out a little bit of bloodlust, and you know, they kind of just like walk backwards, like they kind of stumble backwards, like, okay, like what was that? You know, because it ain't normal for a hero to have bloodlust. And you know, I'm not sure who I should do them with. Anyway, I'm gonna make up a character, because why not? Anyway, so you know, like, they're going back to the dorms. He's like, as soon as like Aizawa says, okay, class is, you know, Izuku's just pretty much packed up and out already at the door. Because, you know, he's muscular and stuff, like fast, like he's strong, so, you know, he's fast and stuff. So he just walks out really fast and, you know, speed walks. You know, he pretty much, like, as soon as he gets outside, someone, like, tries to run up and talk to him, and, like, he just taps the ground, you know, a giant stone pillar just pushes him upwards. You know, it just goes back into the ground, you know, he's flying through the air. You know, he just does, like, he just lands, like, near the dorms. And I'm gonna say for convenience, he doesn't break his bones. Or he can just reform them, I don't know, whatever. You know, and like, he's just walking in. Like, I'm gonna say quickly, everyone just ran there to like try and talk to him. Because I want them to be there quickly, you know. He goes into his room. He sees like, all the All Might stuff and things. And like, everyone just like, tries to, you know, someone just knocks on his door and says it's Oraka. Oraka Todoroki. And Denki. Because why not? You know, they knock on the door, they open it, they see like him just like him just like getting all the All Might stuff, like throwing it out the window. Like, what, Izuku, what are you doing? Like, he says, it doesn't matter, and why are you in my room? You know, and like, but we just wanted to say sorry. And he says, I don't care, I don't need your sorrow. I don't need you to be sorry. You know. And, you know, I'm gonna make Uraka a little bit of a bitch, I'm not sure. You know, she's like, but Deku-kun, like, don't you love me? And he says, why would I love trash? And she's like, but what does that mean? And he says, what do you think it means? You're trash to me. And she tries to run up to him and, like, slap him. He just avoids it and says, you're not even worth using my quirk on you. And she's like, yeah. You know, she just walks out furious. You know, Todoroki says, Izuku, that wasn't very nice. And he says, no, you don't call me Izuku. Just call me Midoriya. Todoroki's like, but don't you? And he says, just no. You know, Todoroki's kind of nice because Endeavor is, I'm gonna make Endeavor always nice because I want Todoroki to be nice, so Endeavor's nice. But you know, so you know, takes like, but is like Midoriya. He says, just get out. You know, like they're walking out and they just, you know, they see him jump out the window, like, wait, what is it? And they see him jump on the ground and like touch all the All Might stuff and they just all explode. You know, he says, okay, now